Thank you, everybody, for those wonderful wishes. Your birthday wishes have made my day very special. And 39 days. Like, so many people asking me questions about, oh my God, how is 50s? 39, please. And frankly, I don't actually much celebrate my birthdays or think about my birthday as a special day and all. It's just another day, guys. Dude, you are hopeless. You just got 124 messages on Facebook, WhatsApp, group messages, everything put together. It's just 36. 3 phone calls, and not even one person has put up a story about you. I mean, what's wrong with you? If you look at the CAGR, it is not even 2%. And most importantly, the year on year growth compared to last year is zero. Last year also you got 124. The only saving grace was putting up the post next day saying, thank you for wishing me on my birthday. You got more belated birthday wishes than your actual birthday wishes, bro. What the hell is wrong with you? And it took 4 years. 4 years of not expecting anything in return and wishing her on her birthday every year, that the last year she finally wished you. This year again she didn't wish you. It's just another day, guys. I know many people think 39 is a very big age, especially all those who are used to looking younger than their age. All those advertisements that portray, especially women, the woman looks like, she's 25, but she's the mother of a 16-year-old. I know there's too much pressure to look young, and I'm not somebody. Yeah. And then what? 39 is considered, to be a bigger number, apparently. I mean, if I were a woman in the cinema, then I should be starting to play mother characters or even grandmother characters if Taimur is playing one of the roles in the movie. Yeah. And if I were a man in politics, I still have 10 years to become the youth president, you see. 39 is a beautiful age, guys. I mean, I don't feel physically or mentally any less younger than my previous years. I'm absolutely fit and fine, but it's the people around me who make me conscious that, 40, you're coming near 40, and that's a big number. And in fact, the way they react to it is like they react to a vegetarian at a table full of non-vegetarians. Acha, chicken biryani. Acha, okay, palak chicken. Okay, chicken fried. Acha, oh, you're a vegetarian, right? Oh, okay, okay. Oh, you eat. Okay, wonderful. So, you want us to order anything, or you'll just eat that banana leaf? Idiots. That's how people react to my age as well. It's like, okay, oh, you're go for 40, right? Oh, yeah, for 40, you have to be careful, huh? And there are three kinds of people who irritate you so much that, they make you conscious so much of your age. Especially, number one, people who are younger than you. Now, these people act so naive as if you belong to completely different generation. Like they ask you questions like, oh, was there electricity? Oh, wow. And did you have school? Oh my God, really? Wow. And how was meeting Gandhiji? Oh, you haven't met. Okay. And was it like elephants had these long tusks like in the movie Ice Age? No. Oh, they look exactly like now. Oh, okay. And yeah, some kids ask this question. Why did some of the apes did not evolve into human beings? मुझे क्या पता बे? मुझे क्या पता? बोलो. And the second worst category of people are people of your age or a little elder to you who suddenly start going gaga about, oh my God, 40, right? Ooh. Like, no, this is the time for your second real estate investment. Dude, I haven't made my first one itself. And I intend to do that as soon as after I finish my education loan. Mhm. I mean, I did not pay it. So, hey, come on. I was joking. I'm not going to pay it back. Third category of people are a few women, very few women. I don't know. Every time you try to make a point that you are younger than what they think of you, they somehow think you are hitting on them. Like the other day, this lady asked me, "Oh, how is 40s planning celebration and all going on?" I say, "I might look like that, but 39, 39, 39, you know." And she suddenly starts getting conscious that I'm trying to hit on her. And I was in this very sensitive situation where I had to give her some not so friendly feedback about a project that she had done. So, just to sugarcoat my feedback, I start off with saying, if you don't mind, I wanted to tell you something. And suddenly, that Turkey Buddha alarm in her brain goes on. And she gets all conscious. And she starts saying, please, how is your wife? I know she's nice, no? You have two daughters also. I think the first one is in college, no? Okay, very nice. Yeah, tell me, tell me. 39. 39, guys. 39. But this is true, guys. This is true. I have realized that hormone gets secreted when you hit the age of 39. It is called as idocotone A. It stands for I don't care what you think about me anymore. Yeah, I know that is not the proper way of abbreviating the hormone, but that's how the hormone works. And people, welcome to another episode of Comedians on Zoom Getting Jilebi. And I'm super excited about the guest coming for today because it's an amazing personality, an absolute celebrity. The first time on our show, ladies and gentlemen, she has been holding innumerable number of records, starting from Linka Book of Records to India Records to someone who has participated on shows like Entertainment Ke Liye Kuch Bhi Karega and India Has Got Talent too. She has performed more than 4,000 shows across the world and has also been a proud recipient of the President's Award apart from the Star of Karnataka Award. She's none other than the only female ventriloquist, sorry, the first female ventriloquist of India. Put your hands together for Indushri Ravindran.
Right. Hearty welcome to the third episode of Comedians on Zoom Getting Jilebi. Thank you so much, Indu. Like you are the first celebrity who is coming on the show. Like,
Oh my god. I'm
um,
only an artist, no celebrity, and thank you for the jalebi.
eh, I'll definitely send it after the interview. Okay. So, Indu, thank you
Yeah.
so much for accepting and being part of the show. I was super excited for the last 2 days. I was seeing your videos, the other interviews you have given, and it was so mind blowing because until now, I have seen ventriloquism, but I could get only the finer details of it and appreciate the art more purely because I am doing this exercise. So, what you are doing until now, my understanding, and now my understanding is so different. So, I'm really, I really admire the kind of art that you are pursuing and
Thank you.
efforts putting. So, firstly, I think I remember very clearly what you said. Half people don't pronounce it right, so I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Ventriloquism, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
So I consciously made an effort to pronounce it right. I think many people say it ventriloquism, but the raw
Yeah,
sound.
ventriloquism. Even Farah Khan produced ventriloquism. I mean, nobody is confident, and they just go on adding colo, lo, 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 and they just go
Right,
on.
right.
Ventriloquist. Hey, are you the ventriloquist? They say, yeah, I am the ventriloquist.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
how
and I'm
did
a huge fan of yours and your work too.
my
So I've
pleasure?
been admiring you
Yeah.
from day one. I have seen you. You've come. a long way, and I really appreciate that. I am just in love with the spontaneity that you have, the acting skills, improv skills, everything. Hats off to you.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Indu. So all the listeners, you have heard somebody like Indu saying good things about. Remember, it's a privilege that you are listening to this podcast. Okay. And
Yes, it is.
so, Indu, so you're a Pakka Bangalore girl, right? I mean, you're born, brought up in.
Pakka.
Okay.
Yes,
So
Pakka Bangalore North girl.
Bangalore North, that too. Okay. Super.
Malleshwaram,
Huh.
Hebbal. Yeah, so
Okay.
I
So,
live here.
so
Somebody
how?
asked me, where do you live?
Huh.
So I told them I live in a containment zone.
Oh. Okay.
So they were really scared. I said, no, no, not containment, containment, contentment. So I live
Oh.
happily, I sleep happily. I'm
Nice.
contented. So contented zone, not
Content.
containment zone.
Very good. Very good. Actually, true. Right. Uh, so, Indu, tell us something about being Bangalorean, growing up in North Bangalore. Like how was school things and how was life like growing up in
Wow.
North Bangalore?
I kind of like your question because nobody has asked me these questions ever. So I'm
Okay.
happy and glad to answer this. So I grew up in CPRI. So my
Uh,
dad worked for Central Power
Power
Research
research.
Institute.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, near Tata Institute and all.
yes. Yes.
So right from my childhood, I had a dream of becoming a scientist, and my focus was very clear. I want to become like Abdul Kalam, or
Right.
no scientist at all. I
Right.
want to be Abdul Kalam.
Mhm.
ಬೆಳೆದ್ರೆ ಆ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕು else
Right.
no.
Yeah.
And I used to go towards this IASC, and I used to get goosebumps on a daily basis.
I
I was like,
know.
this is where I'm going to be.
Yes.
I used to get those goosebumps. Yes, I studied in Stella Maris School,
Hmm.
Bhashan Circle, Malleshwaram, Valikaval, and I studied in Amani College, and
Oh.
then I studied in CKP. I did my bachelor's of fine arts,
Right.
and then I did my MS Communication and Presidency. So pretty much in Bangalore
Right.
North, and I love this part of Bangalore because
Yes.
I'm very attached to it, especially Malleshwaram. The pani puri you get in Malleshwaram side, everything. I cherish, enjoy. I've
Yeah.
made a lot of memories here. I
Yes.
love North Bangalore.
Exactly. I mean, I miss North Bangalore so much because the initial part of my Bangalore life was completely in North Bangalore. So I studied in
Uh-huh.
Bharati Vidya Bhavan, opposite to
Wow.
Racecourse, uh,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
and I used to live in Seshadripuram. So Malleshwaram 18th Cross was the place where we would spend most of our time. That beautiful,
Wow.
market lane, people
I know.
selling almost everything. We used
The
to get that
festive season.
festive
Wow.
season,
So
that
colorful.
yeah, yeah, especially that
Vendors.
Kanyaka
Yeah.
Parameshwari temple,
Yeah. Yeah. That
and
lane is,
yeah, and
oh,
we used to get the 10 rupee pizza,
yeah, I remember. And the softy ice cream.
soft ice cream,
Opposite to that.
opposite to that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's absolutely beautiful. I think there is a lot of joy in growing up in a place like that. Already, like
Definitely.
it's almost, I mean, it's straight out of R.K. Narayan's Malgudi
Yeah.
that you feel that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so nice.
So I happen to travel a lot worldwide.
Yes.
So wherever I go, people are either from Malleshwaram or Baswantpur.
Okay.
And immediately you have that connect with them.
Connection. Right. Right.
So they're like, oh, you're from North Bangalore. I am from Malleshwaram. They're so happy and excited about that. Those roads, those festivals, and
Yeah.
colorful, uh, everything. Everything is so colorful about Malaysia. I
True.
love it.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah. So, how did ventriloquism happen? So, I am sure like you are going through school, college, and everything, and but then moving into
Yeah,
ventriloquism.
everything was okay. And then ventriloquism.
Okay.
So what happened was I wanted to become a magician. I was
Right.
super fascinated about magic. Uh, Before I met this person, I also used to do magic at home. Like I
Right.
used to vanish coins and notes from my dad's wallet. That
Okay.
was a different part of magic. But actual magic happened when a person called Keshav Jadugar came home, and he came for a different reason. He happened to be a magician. He showed a coin trick and I loved it. Wow. I was a second standard girl.
Mm.
So I loved magic, and by then I had watched one Baby Shamli's movie in which I mean, I think they were twins or something. Apparently, yeah, one of them dies, and then the other one helps her copy in her exam when she actually forgets everything, blacks out.
Oh, okay.
So that is when a paper from underneath her bench comes out, and she copies everything. She'll pass. So
Okay.
I tried that literally, but I was caught anyway.
Okay.
Also, uh, I fell in love with magic. I thought magic makes things easier,
Right.
but no, it makes things tougher. Because sleight of hand, you need to practice.
Yes,
People can
yes.
catch you otherwise.
Right.
Yeah, one day you don't practice, the gripping is not there, you'll be caught.
Right.
So you need to practice. No matter what you do, you need to
Huh.
practice. So I fell in love with magic. I started performing magic. I didn't have a formal guru or schooling as such,
Mm.
but I was observing whoever was performing. I was observing what is he doing, where is he coming, where is he vanishing, how is it appearing or disappearing. So I used to watch a lot of magic shows,
Right.
live shows, and then I used to compete also. I don't know what confidence I had, no proper coaching, but still I went on stage with full confidence. I used to perform. I had watched Mr. Akeda perform. I mean, he had
Right.
showed me a tabari rope trick at home.
Okay.
That is like a total routine. Okay, it has two ends, three ends, four ends. Suddenly, everything comes and disappears and not too complicated. So I just watched it once, just once, and
Mm.
I went home and I thought, okay, I could comprehend a little. And then I tried out. It happened to be a totally different routine, but it worked, and I won second prize for that.
Okay.
I started attending a lot of magic conventions. And then what happened? There used to be a lot of vendors and magic items, magic stalls, and everything. So in one of the stalls, there was a the talking doll, the monkey. They were
Right.
hanging that 200 rupees doll. I went and I tried my hand. I was like, okay. I had watched somebody perform ventriloquism. I had
Ventriloquist.
asked my dad, how does this puppet talk? How does it talk? Does it have life? My dad had told me, no, it's called ventriloquism. And then somebody performs. They just make it appear as if the puppet is talking.
Puppet is talking.
Then I didn't believe it. And I went and got it. Then I didn't know the technicalities, nuances, how it works, what do you do, how do you practice. Nothing I knew about ventriloquism. Back then, I'm telling about 23 to 25 years back. We
Wow.
had no internet. I had no family background. And we were from a middle class family. We could not afford. This is like photography. It's
Right.
a rich man's,
Uh-huh.
yeah, art. So you need to invest a lot, even to practice, even to watch videos. Of course, now you have a lot of videos on YouTube, all over
Yeah.
YouTube. You want to learn, you have everything. But then we didn't have access. Just
Right.
for a 200 rupees prop, they used to sell it for about 1000 rupees. So
Right.
you had to invest. You had to believe in the sellers. So it was like that. I got this puppet. I went and asked somebody
Right.
who was performing ventriloquism. Can you please teach me ventriloquism? I want to become a ventriloquist. He said, upfront, no, I don't think you can perform this because ladies can't bring out that other voice. And that
Oh.
is why there is no lady ventriloquist in India.
Yes.
So I was a kid, I got that kida, and I was like, no, I have to do something. I have to perform. Why can't I be the first lady? Why can't I perform? Why can't a lady perform? Why can't a girl perform? Then I went, stood before the mirror, like a crazy person. I used to practice. I didn't know what is right, what is wrong, how to pronounce. I used to try like every possible mouth movement I tried,
Right.
and I was finding some of the things very challenging, like b, ma, wa.
Yeah.
These things are bilabial, and you have to touch your lips.
Right.
It's very hard to pronounce anything without moving your lips, or it won't sound like it is for b. It sounds like something else. I
Right.
started using, instead of papa, I used daddy.
Uh-huh.
But mummy, you can't do anything.
Yeah. Right.
Mama, you have to use.
Yes.
Some of the substitute words I used to try. Then I thought, okay, this doesn't work because every word, you can't just keep on thinking about that and you'll lose the gist of the program. So I wanted to do some research and practice somehow. I wanted to master this, but I had decided the day I wanted to perform ventriloquism, I will never move my lips. That was
Okay.
number one, thumb rule. I didn't want, I wanted to become a technical ventriloquist, basically.
Hmm.
So I used to work out on the technicalities, how to pronounce. And as I told Mr. A.K. Dutt, he happened to introduce me to one of the ventriloquists who had this puppet called Dinku. I mean, it was not named Dinku then, back then. I named him Dinku. So I met this puppet. This puppet was lying down. Apparently, they had not used it for 5, 6 years or how many ever years, I don't know.
Right.
And they were not using it, so they just wanted to give it off to somebody who would use it. I went and I was like scared of the puppet. It was super scary. It had exaggerated eyes,
Hmm.
features, and the wig was not there, and the dress was in rags. So the moment I saw him, I was like, no, I'm not going to use him. Anyway, my dad told, no, it's okay, let's buy him. And at least if we don't use him, we can learn about the technicality and then maybe come up with our own puppet. I thought, okay, fine, let's get him. Then three of us had gone. My dad, my brother, myself. We'd gone in the bus to get Dinku.
Okay.
We got him home. We placed him on sofa. My mom had gone out. She
Hmm.
came home. She came home and started screaming and she ran away. She thought it was some scary jumper
Yeah, yeah,
sitting
yeah.
on
So,
the sofa.
yeah.
Yeah, then I performed the same puppet on Doordarshan. I was performing for Chumantar. I was
Okay.
performing magic for Chumantar. And they were also very scared of it. They were like, no, you're not performing with this puppet. You can perform with your monkey, no problem. But this puppet, it has very big
Yeah.
eyes and exaggerated features. And especially this program was for kids and kids would get really scared of it.
Scared.
So you're
Okay.
not performing.
Hmm.
Even today, that lady over there, she doesn't allow me to perform Dinku on Doordarshan.
Okay.
She's very scared of Dinku. So I was like very demotivated. I thought,
Hmm.
okay, this puppet is not for me. It's not working anywhere. People are scared of Dinku. I had not named him again. I was like, okay, fine. I threw him away. It was sitting in one corner of the room. I never thought about him. One fine day we had this colony day. We have this CPRA colony, so we had a colony day every year. We had that. So I thought of performing him, and I performed Dinku. People loved him. People fell in love with Dinku.
Okay.
Then my dad and I decided, let's give him a makeover.
Hmm.
Let's color him, and we colored him. He was bright enough. Now he became little less scary.
No.
And then we changed his dress. We added the wig. We gave him a very good makeover, and people loved him. So then I performed regularly with Denku. I used to perform 45 minutes of magic and 15 minutes of ventriloquism.
Okay.
So somebody who had watched my ventriloquism asked me to perform a cable TV. That was City Cable TV.
Hmm.
So for 3 years, I performed on City Cable for free. So
Oh.
what I got out of it, experience,
Yes.
how to
Yes.
handle camera, how to handle people live, audience, live
Okay.
audience, the interaction, the questions they throw. So
Right.
how do I handle my puppet? So these things I learned a lot. And
Hmm.
every day we used to go with a topic. I mean, every Fridays I used to go with one topic. I used to do a little bit of research, whatever was relevant for that week. I
Right.
used to go and perform. And we never had car. We had one kinetic Honda.
Hmm.
So my dad used to drive a ride. I
Right.
used to be behind. This Dinko used to be in the middle.
Hmm.
So he would be dressed up as whatever he was. Sometimes like Shiva, Trishula and all he used to have. And people, travelers, all the
Right.
travelers used to watch him like, oh my God, what is this? What's happening? And some days it used to rain also. So we
Yeah.
used to go on bike, getting wet, drenched, and perform on television. Those were nice days.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
really
Yes.
cherish that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Actually, there are so many important things that you just mentioned, Indu. First one being, like, for somebody who doesn't know what even that art form is, that necessary support to get to know what is the art form and to pursue it a little, that little nudge from parents or the people we interact with makes a huge difference in their life.
Yep.
It's like most of the times I've seen parents say it like it is just not for us. So, like, even if I wanted to perform in a music show or a singing show, nobody would give the information of even how to, participate or other things. And sometimes people have so much focus on education. Within education, also people don't support. Like, especially
Correct.
coming from a two-tier town, what I saw was like even in a science fair or something, we wanted to do something innovative. We had no know-how of how to do a basic small motor also. It was very
Right.
difficult. So that nudge, I think, is kind of takes a long way in terms of how people have both positively, negatively saying like women can't do it, do this, or why
So
don't you
that
buy the
helped me.
puppet and give it a
Probably,
try? Yeah, both
yeah, probably if he had taught me, I would have left it. I wouldn't
left
have
it
taken it seriously. But
right.
I really thank him. I'm really grateful to him
Huh.
because of that push. I'm here today.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And that's very important aspect of your perseverance and the time that you have given for the art. Like 3 years, performing a time and again, interacting with audience with no expectations. That I think is a clear demonstration of the interest that you had and the passion that you had. And that is what I keep telling many comedians whom I talk to today, because they put up five funny posts and expect like 1,000 followers, and why nothing is happening, or I should have gone viral, etc. So it does take some time, and I think that's the reason why you have been so successful as such. Because what I was kind of observing many other ventriloquists also, and I'm very sure of saying this, that you are the one whom I have seen with absolutely no lip movement. What I have seen many people is either they are trying to hide behind the mic and there is a minimal lip movement that is happening, or somewhere or the other that lip movement comes across. But in your case, I have seen like absolutely no lip movement. And especially your TED talk, I was seeing the initial part where you come with a mug and a book, and the way you have designed the whole thing was so mind blowing. Like you just don't even open your
Thank
mouth and you speak. So it was absolutely brilliant. So the thing was like, was it like super amounts of practice that helped you get here, or some other methods of learning that you employed? Like, how did you get to that level? Like, you can do it really well.
everything matters. Everything matters. Initially, I told you I went to this person to learn ventriloquism. He used to wear a hat and uh, chew a gum. So I
Okay.
thought to do ventriloquism, you need to do these two and have a mic.
Okay.
So I thought I used to do that
Okay.
because I didn't know how it works, right? So I used
Right.
to chew a gum, I used to wear a hat, and then I used to chew a mic, all
Okay.
these things. But yes, those things will work maybe for some time.
Right.
And see, practice is necessary. Even today, at times I also lose my lip control.
Okay.
And if somebody says that is the least thing that can happen, but I observe it myself. If
Right.
I get to know that my lips are moving, and then I start practicing. You have to practice it. If not
Right.
on a daily basis, whenever you feel you're not good, there is when you have to catch up with your practice to perfect those lip moments and everything. Yes, you need to have certain substitutes, or you have to practice those words. Like recently, I gave this musical bit.
Yes. Yes. The
Yeah, so
Hindustani.
that was with full of murs and furs and all these things.
Right.
So if you have to practice that, I mean, there's a lot of practice that goes in. You'll have to practice it slowly also. So it's a differentiation in the voice that you're trying to show. It's the two different syllables you're trying to show, because ma goes elsewhere and pa goes elsewhere
Right.
while pronouncing it. You can't pronounce ma and pa immediately after each other. So
Right.
that's the biggest challenge. I wanted to challenge myself. So
Yeah.
most of them told me it should have been slow. But what I was trying to show was this can, I mean, we can do this in ventriloquism. It is
Right.
definitely challenging. You need good dedication, a guru, a guidance, and you should watch a lot of ventriloquism videos, a lot of ventriloquists all over the world. You might
Yeah.
not understand the language, but you will definitely see the technique, what, how he has come up with a different kind of creative work, or what is he trying to show, he or she trying to show. So that is what we learn from different ventriloquists. So whichever field that is, we need
Right.
to just go into the details and learn a lot from different perspectives from different parts of the world. So I was impressed when I watched one video from Vent Haven Convention, a Brazilian ventriloquist. You know what is ventriloquism, right?
Right.
They're also called belly talkers. It's
Oh,
the Latin word. Ventre means nabhi,
okay, okay.
navel, and loquist means loqui means one who
Right.
speaking from your nabhi. That is what
Right.
is ventriloquism. So it's also called belly talkers. So she made her belly talk. That
Oh,
is a
okay.
very creative stuff.
Right.
So people are very creative. They come up with different kinds of ventriloquism, especially in this Vent Haven convention where I had been twice. I've represented India twice, and I've also performed there.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very good experience for me to learn, to share a lot of knowledge. Yeah.
Right.
So that is how
Yeah.
you learn. You have to keep learning, watching,
Yes, yes, yes.
trying something new. It might fail, it might work, it might not work. So I been experimenting in ventriloquism. Like I
Mm-hmm.
performed the tallest talking doll, which is 10 feet
Right,
tall.
right.
So what happens? That is about 5 feet above me. So I need to throw my voice. Literally, it's not throwing your voice, but it's just the voice appears from elsewhere. So
Right,
you have to make it appear as if it's coming from there,
right,
and then I'll have to handle it from here. So all the pressure and the load falls here, but you have to make it appear from there. So
right.
that is one kind of a ventriloquism experiment that I did. Then talking with a live dog, then roles reverse, then two
Oh,
dolls, three dolls, four dolls.
hold on. Yeah.
Four dolls is like a big. I mean, it's innovative. It is very very challenging because you use all your limbs. You use every bit of your body. You use your brain. You use your eyes. You use your nose. You use your voice, vocal cords, lips,
Right,
everything, every bit of your body moves. So you have a lot of strings in each and every puppet. So you need to move the strings, at least three or four strings.
right,
So for eye movements, you have one string. You for lip movement, you have one string, and for head movement, you have another two puppets plus the other two. I
right.
will handle them with my leg, like clutch in the brake of your car. So all four puppets I handle with different voices. So
Yes,
I need to concentrate on my script. I need to remember my script. I need to remember which string has been handled by which limb, and everything is to be perfect. So for that, lot of practice goes. So it can't just come in a day or two. You will
okay.
have to practice. You should have that much patience. You should not
Mm.
give up immediately. Immediately, nothing happens. I
Right,
also don't get anything immediately. But then I progress very slowly. You
right,
should take your good time and then go on.
right, right. Yeah, so I was watching the various videos for the last 2, 3 days, and what I realized was it is not as easy as it appears because many people think, okay, you are just making the puppet talk and you are not moving your lips. But if you get into the details of it, it is like you are creating completely a different character, and you have to make sure that the differentiation people can make between you and the puppet, and there is proper script that has been written for you and the puppet, and there is a lot of movement muscle memory that goes into moving the puppet, and this is like one level or one subset, and you have kind of squared it, cubed it, and multiplied 4 times by putting different puppets, you becoming the puppet while the puppet handles you, as well as that 15 feet puppet as such.
10
Like,
feet.
yeah, yeah, 10 feet puppet. So my biggest the kind of realization moment was like how you did not stop at something. Like my friends constantly, and we used to joke about the magicians that while international magicians are like doing all this kind of stuff, why are we still stuck with the same old magic tricks? We don't see much of progress as such. But when it came to ventriloquism, I thought like you have challenged yourself so much and gone ahead so much, done so many experiments. It's a perfect example of there is nothing called as an obstacle, but it is just your mental blocks. You want to do, you can go ahead and do it. Kind of an example. I was like super impressed by the kind of effort that you have put in and the kind of complexities you have dealt with and made these things possible. It was absolutely superb. So, Indu, with all these things, how was it being a regular college girl? Like, regular friendships. I mean, did you have a regular life as such, or
No, I don't think I had a regular life. I missed out on that because
okay?
something was always on my mind. I have to do this script. I have to do that. Basically, when I was in college, I was performing for Z Kannada.
Oh, okay.
Every week, I had to come up with a different kind of a character. Dinku used to come in guise of somebody, some politician, some
Right,
character, somebody. So
right.
about 100 plus characters I have created
Yes.
of Tenku. So he was on television for various episodes, and it was all very relevant. And I had to script. So for
Hmm.
1 hour, I used to script for 6 days,
Okay.
6 days of scripting, and we used to take out only good things from that.
Right.
So you don't get very good script every single day. You need to work out a lot. You need to
Hmm.
think about different angles from different perspectives. And what I did, I went one step ahead. So I didn't have a first-hand experience. So we had a nurse character. Dinku was dressed as a nurse for one character one day. So I went to Ramaya Hospital. I met a lot of nurse, and then I asked them, "How is your life?" Because I don't get to see their perspective, right? If I'm not in their shoes, I can't see from their perspective. So I
Right.
went, studied their perspective, what happens to them with the patient, how the patient reacts, every bit of their life, the family life, the personal life, how they'll be with the two things. So what's the difference? Everything. I studied everything, then came home and then scripted and tried to figure out things from their perspective. How can I make it really fun?
True.
So those are the things, and linking the two, the
Right.
obvious ones and the actual ones.
Right.
Yeah, so I tried to uh, study a bit on different characters. If it was bus conductor, I used to go and meet a lot of conductors and then ask them about their life. So I did a bit of research and study. So I just didn't want to go and dress him up like that and just talk, blabber something, come back. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted
Right.
to study. I wanted to study their life. I was interested so that it becomes more genuine. People can get connected.
Right.
So that also helped me.
Right.
And then, yeah, I wanted to challenge myself in every step because otherwise it becomes very stagnant. You
Right.
feel, okay, there's nothing new. You can't really move on. You're there, you're stuck. You're doing the same old things, you're repeating stuff. Especially what happens in ventriloquism, people have the script, same script for years.
Right.
Not just in India, even wherever you watch a ventriloquist
Right.
worldwide, they have the same script. Why? Because you don't want to come out of the comfort zone.
Right.
So once you come out of the comfort zone, start thinking new, start challenging yourself, you will feel excited. Forget about people, forget about audience. You will start falling in love with your profession. You want to give something new. You are excited, and you will really, really progress. You'll
Yes.
see
Yes.
that
Yes.
difference.
So, have you ever thought about performing for the international audience, like I mean, pure Americans or probably Australians, not the Indians who settled there, but like
Yeah, yeah,
completely
yeah.
it would be different script or the mindset and other things. I'm sure you would
Yeah.
have
Again,
performed in festivals and all. So,
yeah, I have performed for Vent Haven Convention. That is
hmm,
absolutely first time there were no Indians. Second time there
right.
was one Indian, but absolutely people from different countries.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Forget about US alone. They were from different
Different
countries.
countries.
So some were not able to talk in English as well. No, no
Okay.
conversing in English as well. So that was the level of audience. But you can watch that video. It's on YouTube. Vent Haven
Oh,
Convention
sure. Sure. Sure.
and
I'll do that.
industry. Yeah.
Uh,
So yes, I love performing for them. Scripting is a big challenge because you
yes.
don't know when people from all walks of life and
Right.
from different parts of the world come. You don't know what actually your content should be.
Content.
So that's the biggest challenge. Yeah.
Right.
So if you go and perform, maybe like Trevor Noah or
Uh,
Russell Peters, I Basically, I am sticking to one thumb rule: no non-veg jokes.
Yes,
I'm a
yes,
clean humorist
right.
right from day one.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that is a very big challenge for a person like me
true.
to perform comedy without any below the belt stuff or swear
Correct.
words or anything. It's very easy to get good
Huh.
love using one swear word. But why I am sticking to this rule is my shows have been watched from kids to
Right.
all the elderly people.
True.
So I don't want to offend anybody or I don't want to put them in an awkward position
Uh-huh.
when they're
True.
watching my show. So I've
True.
always been clean and I don't feel comfortable doing
Right, right.
vulgar stuff. So
Yes, yes.
that is one more challenge that I have. But yes, there are clean humorists worldwide. We
Yep.
can perform, no problem.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
would love to perform for normal audience, not the
Yeah, yeah.
ventriloquist audience. But
True.
yeah,
Wonderful. In fact, I was about to touch upon that, like the kind of content that you have is so amazingly brilliant in terms of, especially for people like us who were born, brought up in the 80s and 90s, to connect with it. And it's like the regular family things, how the conversations between father and mother happen. Unlike what we see today, where there is a kind of debate about the control, about who has over what, etc., and other things, than that compared to that the traditional family structure and how it used to happen, how wife though does appears like she has taken a back seat but still commands with the voice. I really love that opening statement in one of your shows, that not many men realize that women are speaking through them, so they are already ventriloquists, or they are already a dummy kind of thing. So that kind of humor is so good, and which there is a mutual punch and laughter, which I think is getting constrained with too much of political correctness as well as other terms that are coming up. But that was absolutely brilliant. And on that note, I wanted to ask you, like, you have been so attached to the characters or the puppets that you have created. I know, like, Dinku is like a very immense part of your life. So much so that when you bought a car, you took
yes,
Dinku to get the car, and Dinku was also seated in the
yes.
car when you took the delivery of it.
He was the first person to sit in the
Sit
car,
in the car.
even
That's
before
so
me.
it's so nice. Actually, how much art becomes the life of artists. A very interesting example is that. So tell me about how you went about creating characters and scripting those characters and giving them a persona. I think you shared a fair amount of it while you were explaining how you met nurses, conductors to come up with the script. But otherwise, how did it happen? Dinku after Dinku, Ajji, Ajja, and all these characters. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I don't have grandparents.
Oh,
Uh, both my parents didn't
okay,
have
okay.
parents. I mean, of course, they had parents, but then
I'm
eventually they had lost.
really
So
sorry about that.
I didn't have grandparents, and I didn't get that love with them. I
Right,
wanted to create those characters, this Aji and Aja persona.
right.
I get attached to them in that way. So it's like when even when you perform Tata or Aji, grandpa or granny, for kids, they enjoy. Why?
Yes,
Because they
yes.
can connect. They have a
Right.
person or a character at home like them,
True.
so they can connect. So I want to bring that character, especially Aji is, you've seen her, right? She's very uh, flirty and she has that style and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Um, she's very cool
Yes,
kind of
yes, yes.
lady for this
Right.
generation.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and she has animated features also.
Right.
So people love Aji, especially this trip. I had been to US and Canada last Feb.
Right, right.
I'm not telling a lot of people about this because they would ask me to quarantine.
Okay.
Yeah, so they loved Aji. Aji was a super hit. So she was basically wearing all the sleeveless blouse,
Right, right.
and
She
it was
looks like
snowing
that
outside.
progressive Ajay kind of a
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
it was snowing outside, and she's wearing all cool stuff. And I asked her, "Why are you wearing this? It's snowing outside." Oh, I'm hot. So the temperature is managed running. So that
Right.
kind of a lady. Yeah. So I build according to my surroundings. I study a bit. So what I do, I study. I do my homework for every show of mine.
Right.
I don't perform general shows. It's like improv. of course, you are level higher, way above me, because you just go on stage and just
Yeah,
come up with some scripts spontaneously. Yeah, this is also more or less spontaneous, but before that, there is also kind of preparation because I would love to know about the people that I'm addressing. So, what kind of people, the profession, the personal life, or something very flashy about them. I want to know about that and make a comment on that. So,
right.
people love that. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, I do that for every show of mine. I do my homework. I work for a week for every show. So
Okay.
I go on and think what can happen, what new can I give, what different can I give, what can be done about it.
Super. Brilliant. Very, very interesting to know all this initially. So, finally, you know, we have all these misconceptions, or probably it's a reality that, being a woman, it is very difficult to achieve. People don't encourage you. There are so many barriers, etc. So, was there something like that that you have faced and you have emerged a winner, or was it the other way around? People supported you. So, how was it like being a woman and getting to the level of being the first female ventriloquist, or performing at all these wonderful festivals to international levels to like I mean probably some lakhs of audience you have covered by now. So tell me something about that.
Yeah, yeah. I found it both ways. Like there were people encouraging me. Like my parents, they come from art background. My
Okay.
dad happens to be a dramatist. He was in drama group, and
Okay.
then he does a lot of things like painting, makeup, cooking,
Right.
and he used to prepare all these models for Ramaya college students.
Right.
So he was into different fields. And my mom happens to be a professional singer.
Okay.
So from both of them, I drew my inspiration. Of course,
Right.
I'm not up to their mark. My mom wanted me to be a classical singer.
Right.
Right from my childhood, she wanted me to become a very big hit, a super hit singer. Like,
Right.
and I was okay about it. I also went to a class, and then that teacher pinched me in the thighs because I didn't practice. So
Okay.
that was when I realized, oh, if you go to music class, you
Right.
will get pain. So no going to music class. My mom used to force me. I never used to go. So I started hating the music class and everything about music. I didn't like music at all for a big chunk of my life. Now I've
Mm.
fallen in love with music. I want to
Right.
pursue music and integrate two kinds of musical forms and ventriloquism. So coming back to the subject, so yes, so what happened when I was learning magic was when I had kind of paralyzed leg. So people used to tell my parents, why did you let her perform magic? That is black magic. That will affect
Oh.
like this.
Right.
So see what happened. So
True.
people used to talk all things.
Right.
And luckily my parents didn't believe in all those things. And I was
Okay.
okay in a couple of months.
Right.
So those were the challenges we used to face. And then, yes, not coming from a rich background also hinders your progress.
Right.
Yeah. So it doesn't propel you to next level immediately. You have to, really struggle every bit and then move forward. And yes, I got good guidance from my uncle. I was lucky enough to get my uncle, Mr. Ramanath. He writes for a lot of magazines
Right. Right.
and he's a humorist. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he guided me all my way. So
Right.
everything had a different angle. I learned a lot from him. My spontaneity,
True.
thinking from a different perspective. You should not
Right.
think from the obvious angle. You should think from another angle. That is what I learned from him. That
Okay.
also helped. And my parents encouraged me every bit. So
Right.
somebody called me from entertainment ke liye kuch bhi karega. Yes, we were there. And India's Got Talent, we were there. International convention, my dad helped me. And my dad helped me build the puppets, like three
Okay.
puppets, four puppets, roles reverse, or
Correct.
the making the dog's mouth move.
Okay.
Everything he designed it for me. So that was a great support. So I had this great combination. My dad preparing all these designs. I was a performer, and my uncle used to help me with the script. So these combination worked. a lot. So this is the
Wonderful.
greatest support that I got.
Right, right, right. I think that is where people should understand the importance of the family structure. Where of late, unfortunately, many people have been only talking about the negative side of having relatives, but having these uncles and others who support you actually makes a huge difference. So, family structure at the end of the day is so important. And Indu, among all of this, how did marriage happen? Or like, were there instances where somebody like liked you for your puppetry and ventriloquism skills and said like
The
proposed to you or
opposite
something?
is true. The opposite is true. I never fell in love with anybody. I don't know why.
Okay,
Except maybe because of my Dinku. I was
right.
so much in love with Dinku. Maybe I didn't fall
You
for
already
any
had
guy.
Dinku in your lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
Good.
And I was super scared of marriage.
Right, right,
Extremely scared of marriage. Yeah, I didn't want to stop ventriloquism for whatever reason in
right,
the world.
right,
It's like breathing.
right,
So
right,
you stop breathing, you stop ventriloquism. It's like that for me. So I didn't want to quit ventriloquism no matter what.
right.
But all the people I met, they were like, okay, is it like 9 to 5 job? No, it's not. Do you have to go and perform in the evenings? Of course, yes. Oh, do you have to travel? Of course, yes. Oh, then no, we have old parents at home. Who will
Oh,
cook for them? Who will do this? Who will do that? So those kind of typical kind of guys, traditional guys, all
right,
these guys came. I was like, no, I don't want to marry for the sake of marrying. I
right,
really want to. I want a person who understands and supports me
right.
and my dreams. So I was looking for one such person, and my mom would. I don't know if you would believe it or not. She at least met. I mean, at least went through 2,000 profiles,
Profiles, yeah.
and yeah, we were in touch with at least 1,000 people.
Hmm.
Okay, amongst them, maybe 200 had got married. Some of them had even kids, and then
Right,
so things like that happened. And then I met this guy, my husband.
right.
He spoke to me. First time I went and met him in a CCD, he was like full of Trump and Trump won the election.
Oh,
Really? Okay. Yeah, you know about Trump? No, I don't know. So he spoke to me completely about Trump. I knew about Trump better than my husband the first
okay.
3 days. So I was like, okay, Trump, Trump, Trump. Everything happened about American elections, everything. Okay.
Okay.
Then I came back home. My mom asked, what happened? I know a lot about Trump. Oh, okay. No, what happened about the guy? I don't know about the guy. Okay, okay, go meet him again. So I went and met him again.
Okay.
So he spoke about his company, how the company works, how the cloud works, everything about. Oh, okay, okay, very nice. And
Right.
then I came back, and then what happened? I know everything about cloud now. No, what happened about the guy? I don't know. Okay, go meet him once again.
Okay.
No, mom, no, go meet him. Okay. Third time I met him, I was very clear this time. I really want to know about this guy. Or no, that's it.
Right. Right.
And then we met in a restaurant. We were talking. He was like, if our weather conditions are like this for another year, what's going to happen about the climate change, and everything. I'm like, okay, what? I don't want to know about the climate change. I want to know about whether my life changes or not.
Right.
So like, let's talk something personal. He's still talking. Have you heard about Steve Jobs? Uh,
Okay.
what's that? Speech.
Okay.
Stay hungry.
Inaugural address.
Stay
Yeah.
hungry. Stay foolish.
Yes.
Yeah. No, you should go home and actually listen to it. Okay.
Okay.
And you know what gift he gave on during his funeral or something? The written gift
Hmm.
for the people who came to his funeral.
Right.
What gift? Autobiography of Yogi. You
Okay.
should read that book. That book has, oh my God, it has changed a lot of people's life.
Right.
Oh, really? Yeah, it was okay. I was like very much impressed. Okay, he read the autobiography of Yogi. He talks about Steve Jobs, everything. Then I was impressed. And then I said yes.
Yes.
And now I'm here.
Wonderful.
And luckily, he happens to be very supportive,
Yeah.
very understanding. And he
True.
also gives me a lot of ideas about what to do, how to do things differently,
Right.
different kind of perspective, or something he adds to my show. So
Right.
I'm liking it.
Wonderful, wonderful. In fact, I can totally understand him. I also would have done the exact same things because if a boy talks about himself and the girl gets to know about the boy, there is no way she is going to accept. So try to pass as
Got
much
you.
as time as you can talking about other interesting things than yourself.
Yeah,
It's a good
correct.
strategy actually.
He impressed me a lot. He was like, do you know cooking? Other people, other guys had offended me. Like, do you know how to wear a sari? Do you
Oh,
actually know how to wear a sari? Okay, I used to get scared. Do you actually know how to cook? Those things used to scare me. But
right.
this guy was like, do you know cooking? No, I am asking if even I need to learn. Do you
Oh,
know driving? No, even I need to learn.
right, right.
Apparently,
Collaborate.
yeah. So
I,
these are the things like, oh, okay, this guy is cool.
right.
And I'm like, I'm not going to perform in pubs. I don't like it. No, no, you should perform. What's wrong?
Nice.
Wow. Such an open guy.
Nice,
Those,
nice.
those things
Brilliant.
drew me up.
His name is
Ashwat Dedike.
Ashwath, right? Right, right. I think he
Yes.
has hit a jackpot by saying that he doesn't know driving. I know for a fact he has still not learned driving, and you are the one who drives him around in the car. In Bangalore, trust me, that's a jackpot for anybody. So, guys,
Yes.
anybody who is listening to this podcast, you should understand there is no masculinity involved in showing off I can drive. There is so much of peace in having a woman drive you.
I
So,
know. He's got wife, come cook, come driver. So very lucky.
wonderful, wonderful. So, finally, I think humor has played a very important role in everything. And I wanted to ask you this question: has anybody tried ventriloquism without associating with humor? Like, there is nothing funny about it, kind of serious stuff or something. Has somebody ever tried that?
Yeah, to spread religion, they used to perform ventriloquism in church.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
they used to do that. Initially, it started like black magic itself.
okay,
It used to appear that the dead person has come to their stomach, from inside their stomach is speaking. So these
okay,
people used to basically cheat people,
right,
asking
right,
for money or whatever, for whatever reason. Yeah, they used to
okay.
do that. That is how it started. Then it became a form of art.
Okay. In fact, like humor
Otherwise,
has
this is
reformed it.
yes,
Yes,
this
yes.
is an entertainment now. So
Right.
with humor, I mean, ventriloquism can be used in any. There's scary movies using
Right.
ventriloquism and puppet. Yeah, you can watch a lot of scary movies as
Right.
well.
Right.
There are different. I mean, I use ventriloquism for various reasons. So I teach kids about the traffic rules,
Huh.
do's and don'ts. So we go to government schools and teach them about the traffic rules.
Right.
So I've used it for various purposes, for
Okay.
awareness, H1N1 awareness, for instance, coronavirus awareness.
Karuna, I saw
So
that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So serious awareness programs also. Yes, when you dip it with humor, people can relate to it, or at least then they laugh of something registers here. So that
Right.
is why I use ventriloquism.
Okay. Super. Super. So, finally, Indu, like some of the best moments that you have had, uh, in ventriloquism. Like I'm sure you met Karan Johar and all sorts of celebrities. I think within our Kannada circles, you have also performed in most of the places. So, did you meet Dr. Rajkumar?
Yes, I did meet Dr. Rajkumar.
Wow, so blessed. Okay, so tell
Way
us some
back,
of
yeah,
those
yeah.
interesting moments where because of ventriloquism you met these people. Some very good compliments. I know somebody asked you, "Are you initially on Eiffel Tower?" So
Oh my God, how do you know so much about it?
I kind of remember from some of our conversations.
Wow.
So yeah, tell me.
Okay.
So what were some of
Yeah,
those?
that was on the top of the world feeling for me. On
Literally and
Eiffel Tower.
figuratively, you were on
Somebody.
top of it.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. So once what happened? One lady had asked for a show,
Hmm.
and then suddenly they had to prepone the show for some reason. I didn't know why, and I had a show somewhere in outskirts of Karnataka. So I was like, okay, but I'm traveling. I have to come back one day earlier only for you. Yes,
Hmm.
ma'am. The reason why we are asking this, my mom is suffering from cancer and she loves your show. We discovered that she was laughing so much watching your show, so we want to surprise her. I was like,
Wow.
okay, this is a genuine reason. And I went to their house and they had cancelled it because the doctor said she's very serious and she might not even survive. And they called me immediately and could you make it faster? Could you please come and perform, come over and perform? I was like, okay. I went, I performed. She loved the show. There was no bound to her happiness. She thoroughly enjoyed. She sat next to the puppet. She touched her. She felt the puppet, and she was like talking to her friend type. So
Right.
she was super happy, and she lived for another 11 days. I
Oh.
don't know if she lived because of the happiness or she actually lived, but that made
Mm.
me kind of satisfied, happy, and
Right.
you've been doing something, and this is something really satisfying.
Right.
And of all the things you've done, so
True.
these kinds of things have actually happened to me, and I love this experience more than money, fame, and whatever you get.
Absolutely.
These are the things make you really happy. Yeah,
Wow.
and in one of the instances, what happened, I was performing for these kids who have heart hole in their heart.
Right.
So this happened in Narayana Hridayalaya, electronics.
Hmm.
So I happened to come in a lift and then he bumped into a doctor. He told me, you know what happened in the Shri? What happened, sir? So this girl, this small little girl, had an appointment with me and she cancelled the appointment and she gave me an appointment instead. Why? Because she was like, industry is coming. You know, Dinku. Dinku comes on TV. I'm going to watch her. So you better
Okay.
give me an appointment later, okay? She told the doctor and went. So the doctor was so happy. Okay, the kids get
All right.
connected to Dinku. So that's the kind of bonding that, I mean, you don't even know people have that kind of bonding with your puppet. You
Right.
That makes me really happy. Somebody called me from US and they were like talking to me. I was like very, very apprehensive about the online show because you know how comedy works, right? You
Right.
don't get the reaction and you're performing. It's really
Yes.
hard on us to perform with full confidence. I was like reluctant. I was like, sir, I really don't know if it works. This is comedy and I don't know if I can really do it. He was like, no, ma'am, I've seen your show 10 years back. And he remembered that dialogue and he told me
Yes.
after 10 years. So if something stays in
Right.
someone's mind for 10 years and they remember, they can connect you, that's something you've left behind. Those things make me really happy. Fan meeting, I've met a lot of celebrities and everything, but no, more than that, these things make me really happy.
I'm sorry. Wonderful, wonderful, Anish. I think these are the targets artists should aim for to become such a part in others' lives that that's the one thing you want to see before death. It's
Correct.
so brilliant. Like I mean, yeah, worth it. I'm sure like all the efforts that an artist puts in, the stage that he reaches, I think it's all paid for when something like that happens. So finally, industry, I think I've said finally 4 times now, but this is like really
So
finally.
I would have finished my engineering.
So,
Yeah,
is there some advice that you want to give to people who want to get into ventriloquism? Like, what would you suggest them?
you should practice
Right,
basic rule and you have to have the perseverance. You can't become a ventriloquist overnight.
right,
You have to practice it. Yeah. So it takes anywhere between 15 days to years. I've
right.
been learning it right from the day one till the date I've been learning,
Super.
polishing it, doing whatever with my skills. I just want to improve polish, dedicate, think
Right,
something new, bring something new. I've been trying it. So you have to keep doing something different every single time. You have to
right.
practice.
Super.
Dedication, practice is a must. Otherwise, you really can't be a ventriloquist.
Right,
Like any other art form, be it dance, classical form of dance,
right,
or flute, or any instrument, you have to practice, right? Without your practice with the instrument, you can't do it. Likewise, with ventriloquism, you have to put in that effort, time, money also at times. So
right.
I have a lot of puppets which I've invested. Maybe
Right.
I've not even used it yet. Yeah, but
Oh,
it's an investment, and I know that I will use it someday.
Okay.
So
Okay.
everything is possible.
Wonderful. Right.
So don't lose heart when you
Yes.
can't do it
Right. Right.
first
And
time.
even in terms of
Just keep
writing
trying.
jokes, is there an approach that you follow, or is it like people will have to observe and write their observations and add punchlines?
Yeah, I observe a lot, and then this one, I do a bit of homework because a person is an architect, so you can get some of the script around it, so
Okay.
you can crack jokes around it, or that way you'll be relating.
Right.
Yeah, so they can relate to the jokes and everybody amongst them. If you
Okay.
have a group, I mean a niche group, I personally take most of the content from them.
Okay.
And of course, when it's a live show, it's different. You
Hmm.
talk about people who walk, who's sitting, who's doing something, everything you have.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah. But when it comes to online, it's more challenging. You have to do that bit of homework. Otherwise, if you go on repeating, people will stop calling you. So
Wow.
yes, we have
Wonderful.
to do something together.
Super. Thank you so much, Indu. It was lovely, lovely talking to you. So
Pleasure.
brilliant. I mean,
Thank
I never expected to learn so many things. And, your journey was absolutely brilliant. I'm sure we will have a second episode of this sometime later.
you.
We'll talk more things because I feel there is a lot more to talk. So thank you
Sure.
so much.
It's a
Yeah.
pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for recognizing me and
Oh,
introducing me here and inviting me.
thank you so much.
Thank you
Thanks a
so
lot.
much. Hello, can you please come out? No, please come out. No, is the lockdown over? Of course, the lockdown is over. Come on. No, there is corona out there. I don't want to come out. No, 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 no corona here. No corona. No, of course not. Can you please come out? No, I don't want. Sorry, Bengal. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Can you open your eyes? No. Please, can you open? Kishore is right there. Who? Kishore.
Yeah. Hi, Grandpa.
Oh, oh, talk to him. Oh, hi Kishore, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, sir?
He's wearing gold chain. That is headphone. Oh, okay. Headphone. Yeah, yeah, I thought you are wearing nice gold chain and all royal.
Yeah. No, sir.
Yeah. He's asking, how are you? Oh, I am very, very fine, except for my BP, which is 200, and my sugar, that is 500. Apart from that, I have little stones in kidney, and I have, what is this? Little eye problem, and I can't eat anything, and I have corn in the leg. Except that, I don't have any other problem. Okay, yeah.
Uh,
And doctor apparently asked me to be very, very positive. Now I am
oh,
corona positive also.
you are
Yeah,
corona positive.
yeah. I'm very positive that corona will go away. Oh, like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Right, 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 right.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you thought I am corona positive? No, no, no.
Yes.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, okay, okay. So,
But
yeah,
you know why they introduced mask? Mask. Yeah.
mask uh, to
Yeah.
avoid the virus spreading. No?
No, 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 no. Then, so that the lips of the ventriloquist moving can be hidden. Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Oh,
Okay.
you didn't know that. Okay, you got to
No.
learn about this also. Very nice, very nice. I also keep social distancing. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Very good. Where is the social distancing? Oh my God, no social distancing. Go away, go away. Okay, don't shoot. Yeah. So, who I keep my social distancing from? Do you know that?
No. Whom?
No. Those who have lent me money,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I keep social distance from them.
Right.
Oh, very good. Yeah. And the people who come close to me, I have a trick for that also. What
Okay.
do? I start singing.
Oh, you
So
sing
they
well?
keep their social distance.
Okay.
Yeah, I sing well. Yeah. Can you sing a song for us?
Yeah, please.
Song for you? Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. Just watch me. Okay. Tajam, takajam, takanam, takadam, tajit, tankita, takatarikita, takatatari, tadana, tajanu, tajanu, tajimi, tajimi, tajanu, takita, tarata, janata, dimita, takatarikita, takatam, takatarikita, takatam, takatarikita, takatam. Todka botana chirdi chakar, todka botana chirdi chakar, haradori kudari kutkar, haradori kudari kutkar, चीज की तरह मन मत कर सब चले गए चितोड़ काय चितोड़ काय चितोड़ काय काय काय.
Which language is this?
Oh, this is from Padosan. Padosan. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Very nice, very nice. It was lovely.
very nice. Yeah, thanks. He didn't understand the song, but he sang very nice. You watch a lot of English movies?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, got it. That is how he understands it. Oh, grandpa, come on. He's a very good improv artist. What? Improv artist. Oh, you're improving. Very good, very good.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
You're
Uh,
married?
yes, yes.
Then there is no scope of improvement.
I know, I know.
Don't be so discouraging. Yeah. So shoot questions, my boy.
So tell us, like, what was your greatest learning of your life?
That you should never marry in life. Oh,
Oh, why? I mean, you don't like grandma, or what happened?
no, it's not like I don't like her, but
Okay.
she doesn't like me.
Why? Yeah,
Oh,
you
that's
must, you
really
are a very
sad.
handsome man. I can see, like, you're
Oh yeah,
very funny also.
yeah. Because lots of women are attracted to me. You see, she's very jealous. I think,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
very jealous type. Very, very jealous.
Right, right. I can
Really.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, you were like a dream boy in your college times and what's
Yeah, exactly. I
okay.
was like a very hot Shah
Right.
Rukh Khan of your day. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
Had a great following.
did you try movies and all?
I tried, but it didn't happen.
Oh,
So I tried moving.
okay. Okay. Okay.
No movies happened to me. ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ real ಅಲ್ವಾ ಬರೀ real ಕಾಲ. I had
Okay.
only that much. Yeah,
Okay.
no movies.
Nice. 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 So, what was your happiest moment like?
Happiest moment 45 years ago. 45 years ago. Yeah. Then what happened? I married. Grandpa, come on. Why are you about marriage? Are you
Oh,
married? Why? Are you married? Tell me. Uh, of course. Oh, very sad. Very sad. I pity her husband. Why? What happened? Just imagine the plight of her husband. She handles me like this. How will she handle her husband? Oh my God. I really feel sorry for your husband. Oh my God. It's okay, Grandpa. Come on. Yeah.
nice.
It's very difficult to be married to a ventriloquist. You know why?
Why?
Because husband doesn't know where the voice is coming from. He always has to look for everything. Where is it coming from? Who is it talking? Is it the prophet or her? And
Right. Right.
sometimes you know what her husband is called in this apartment?
No.
What?
What?
Puppet uncle.
Oh, that's sad.
That's the fault for being a husband of a ventriloquist.
Right.
Yeah, that's
And
actually sad.
nice. Super.
Excuse me. I don't. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I dozed.
I
No sleep
think
lost.
it's your sleep time now. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
probably you can
Nappy
take them
time.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for
Thank you so
inviting
much.
me. Oh, not wearing a mask. Oh, no, Grandpa. That's enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you,
Thank you so
Mr.
much.
Kishore, for this opportunity. I would like to meet you in person
Definitely,
sometime.
definitely.
Yeah,
Very soon
yeah.
after Corona, I'll come and meet you.
Sure. Very nice. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you so
this
much.
is puppet. So you have to bring him to life. So you have to
Mm.
make him like he's alive. It's
Right.
not like left, right, or
Uh-huh.
this doesn't work with that. Isn't it?
Right.
Isn't it
It was
pretty?
like actually interacting with a person. So
Yeah.
very difficult to think of it as a puppet. Right.
Who called me a puppet? Who called me a puppet? Nobody.
No, 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 no. We were
Did
talking
he
about
call?
other
Is he
puppets.
laughing? Yeah, yeah, he's laughing, looking at you. Laughing because you're a puppet. No, he's married. He knows what it is like. Okay, okay. Yeah. So this is how it works. This is
Brilliant.
a kind of a soft puppet.
Uh-huh.
So we have hard figures as well. So
Uh,
the handling of